Hi, and thanks for joining us. How do you see HR's role evolving to help small businesses navigate the new employment rights bill changes?
Well, one of the things that I see that HR is doing and supporting is helping to build organizations from the ground up. It's all about having that rare opportunity for us to set the cultural standards as a norm and not a correction. And right now, what we're seeing is a correction to how DEI is introduced in the workforce.
That's a great point. What do you think are the biggest challenges small businesses face when trying to set those culture standards from the start?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that starts this whole problem is that DEI isn't just a program. DEI is about people, is how people feel every day when they're at work. It's about inclusion, how we're showing up and who gets listened to, who gets heard, who actually gets promoted, and how those mistakes get handled in an everyday workplace. If your team isn't present, they're not allowed to speak up, you don't have an open door, you really don't have inclusion. There isn't equity, and there's not really a diversity in terms of balance. So every employee there is really working towards balance. So the importance is shaping a cultural workforce that embraces all, that everyone has the opportunity to share, collaborate, and also add their value to the organization.
Absolutely. Given those challenges, what opportunities do you see for HR to make a real impact as these new regulations come into play?
Yeah, so one of the challenges right now, not just in HR, it is across the organization and across the world, actually, is economic pressure. That's real, especially for those that are in startup and high growth organizations. So there is a fear that you don't want to flatten or really devalue your current values. But as a human resources team and organization, how do you embrace those values? Instead of reducing and eliminating DEI, how do you integrate it? So, in your hiring, how are you expanding your sourcing channels as you're looking to source individuals for an open role? The training has always been a cost added for most organizations, but why not bring that in house? Hear about the voices that you have internally and use that in order to broaden this perspective of your workforce. And remember, inclusion is not a line item, it is a form of leadership style. So, how do you include individuals as a form of leadership and embracing those that have to grow and develop within the organization as well as their roles? So, it's all about really balancing that. And the last component of that is I would always say is about the data. How do you use data to drive not only the workforce and your people, but to define what's really happening in the workforce? So metrics do matter. Even if you have a dashboard, daily dashboard to see where you are as an organization and where you are in different functions, really listening to your workforce and listening to the culture to build a great workplace.
Thank you for sharing those insights. It's clear that HR has a unique opportunity to shape culture and drive inclusion, especially as regulations evolve. Your emphasis on leadership, internal voices, and data-driven decisions really stands out. Thanks again for joining us and sharing your perspective today. Have a great day.